Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Rico Dowdle shuts down a logical Ezekiel Elliott conspiracy theory after Cowboys loss. The Dallas Cowboys simply cannot have one normal week. As if they didn't create enough headlines during the bye, running back Rico Dowdle was a surprise late scratch for Sunday Night Football. Dowdle practiced in full all week, but the Cowboys announced he came down with an illness upon arriving at Levi's Stadium. He was quickly ruled out after further evaluation, which paved the way for Ezekiel Elliott to make his first start since the season opener. Dowdle's sudden illness caught Cowboys fans by surprise. It didn't take long at all for a conspiracy theory to spread on social media like wildfire. Hesitant to believe Dowdle came down with the flu, a large contingent of Cowboys Nation was convinced the team staged Dowdle's illness so as to prevent the humiliation of making Ezekiel Elliott a healthy scratch. It's a scathing accusation and Dowdle shut it down after the game, telling Sportsday DFW that he woke up with a high fever on Sunday and that his symptoms worsened closer to kickoff even after taking medicine, per Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News. That settles that. It was a fanatical theory, all things considered. However, it grew legs after pre-game footage showed Dowdle signing autographs. Not only that, but Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram noticed Dowdle in good spirits and seemingly good health singing along to his pre-game playlist. Does a player who is too sick to play usually come out onto the field early to sign autographs? Definitely not. Basic health regulations state Dowdle should not have had contact with fans. He probably shouldn't have been exposed to the Santa Clara air either. Why was someone with a 102.4 fever allowed on the sideline? This was the mindset of Cowboys fans in the build-up to kickoff. Even in the aftermath, it is a pathetic state of affairs that most of the Cowboys universe believed Dowdle's illness was a play by the franchise to keep them from deactivating Elliott. Make no mistake, Elliott would have been the odd man out in the backfield if Dowdle suited up. Elliott actually ran well in the first half and scored a touchdown in the second quarter to give the Cowboys a 7-3 lead. However, it was another inefficient night for Zeke. While he led the team in rushing, he finished with 34 rushing yards on 10 attempts. While it is easy to understand why Cowboys Nation was so quick to question Dowdle's sudden illness, that Dowdle admitted to battling a high fever should put this conversation to rest. Let's hope Dowdle gets healthy to play in Week 9 because Sunday proved Dallas can't run the ball effectively without him. 2025 NFL Draft Order: Jets hold top 5 pick after Week 8 upsets spur major shakeup. This is a look at the first-round order for the 2025 NFL Draft heading into Week 9 of the 2024 NFL season, along with the top 5 needs for each team. The order is determined by record, using strength of schedule as the first tiebreaker. Keep in mind teams that would make the playoffs if the season ended today are marked as PL, short for playoffs, in the order below. The draft order for playoff teams is determined by the results of postseason play. Arrows reflect movement from last week's order. Pick Carolina Panthers' biggest needs: edge, WR, C, CB, QB Week 9 opponent, versus Saints remaining strength of schedule, .522, 11th. The Panthers are tied with the Dolphins for the second fewest sacks in the league this season, 9. Free agent to be Charles Harris and 2024 free agent signee Ashawn Robinson pace the team with 2 sacks apiece, while Jadeveon Clowney, who also joined the squad last spring, has chipped in only 1 through 6 games. DJ Wonnum, another offseason addition, has yet to play this season due to health complications. Yes, QB remains a huge question mark for the Panthers, but I expect them to also look closely at adding edge help early in April's draft. Pick Tennessee Titans' biggest needs: WR, QB, S, edge, OG Week 9 opponent, versus Patriots remaining strength of schedule, .513, 14th. Wins by New England and Cleveland on Sunday move Tennessee into the number 2 slot entering Week 9. With one of the tougher remaining schedules in the league, the Titans could find themselves atop the draft board by January. Considering how poorly their offense has played this season, I'd expect them to invest their top 2 picks on a quarterback and playmaking receiver. From there, I could see them adding depth on the edge, perhaps with the conditional day 3 pick they acquired from Kansas City for DeAndre Hopkins. Pick New England Patriots' biggest needs: OT, edge, CB, WR, Week 9 opponent, at Titans' remaining strength of schedule, .508, 15th, the Patriots need to add both starting caliber and backup-level talent to their secondary this offseason. Former first-rounder Christian Gonzalez is locked into one starting spot, but there could be an opening on the opposite of the field if Jonathan Jones and/or Marco Wilson are not re-signed. Biggest needs: WR, QB, OT, DT, CB Week 9 opponent, versus Chargers remaining strength of schedule, .580, third, Jameis Winston threw the game-winning pass against the rival Ravens on Sunday. One play earlier, he threw a layup to Baltimore safety Kyle Hamilton, which the All-Pro dropped. That sequence sums up the former Heisman winner's NFL career quite fittingly and explains why he's not the team's long-term solution at the position. Although Deshaun Watson is still owed $92 million guaranteed over the next 2 years, his lackluster play and season-ending Achilles injury should have Cleveland considering a quarterback in round 1 of next year's draft. Michael Irvin says Cowboys have to make trade at deadline to save season. Michael Irvin tells TMZ Sports if his beloved Cowboys don't make a move by the trade deadline next week, it could be curtains for Dallas season already. The Hall of Famer made it crystal clear to us out at LAX on Monday that the only thing that can save his former team from impending irrelevancy is adding a key piece between now and the NFL's November 5 last day of trading. Irvin told us if the Cowboys don't improve their roster with a swap, a whole lot more losses like the one they experienced on Sunday night against the 49ers will be heading their way. They have to do something, the Hall of Famer said. They have to do something. It's bad right now. Dallas' record is currently 3-4, but the team's hardly been competitive in any of its 4 losses. And, even in their wins, the Cowboys haven't looked great. But Irvin says if they just make a move, they might be okay. Irvin didn't name any names he'd like to see Dallas acquire, but according to NFL.com, receivers like Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen and Mike Williams could be available, and all 3 would certainly help out the struggling Dak Prescott. As for Mike McCarthy's future in Big D, Irvin isn't ready to call for his head just yet, though he did note if the ship doesn't get righted soon, the coach could be looking for another job in 2025. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Mike Williams? Leave your opinion in the comments.